So good afternoon to everyone. So hope everyone's doing great. So today I want to just recap all the short videos that I was uploading on a regular basis. So I think people who are following my YouTube shorts related to Python. So you might be knowing I'm covering almost like 60 seconds on an average to discuss about a few of the important Python concepts from the scratch. So day one we started was from Python intro. Then we have discussed about variables and its types. Then we have discussed about operators. Then we talked about conditional statements like if, elif, and else, then loops, then functions, and finally we are currently around lists. So I think people are following this particular sequence, especially beginners point of view. Anybody who's interested to learn Python completely from scratch, so they can watch this particular shorts. And I'll also recap what are the most important things that we have tried to cover. So make sure when you're watching the particular videos, right, you keep a separate notebook as well to practice the programs. And then you can also recap it whenever you are free of time. So first day we started with Python introduction. So we discussed about what is Python. So you can see I've talked about what are the major things here, like it's high level programming language, interpreted language. So where it is used most commonly, and I also discussed about the first program, which is Hello World. So what is the syntax for to display the output? You can see all those things. Basically, just I'm giving a recap so that people who are having any doubts, they can definitely mention in the comment section. So later we'll be discussing more and more advanced concepts related to Python. So don't miss those videos as well. Right. So next we started with day two, where we discussed about variables and data types. So we discussed about four types, almost like five types: integer, float, str, bool, and none. Right. So you might be having idea about all these things because since you're following the sequence. So I've given examples as well simultaneously. And what is type conversion, right? What is type conversion? Basically conversion of one data type to another. Like if it is in string and if you want to convert it into integer, so you can do that. Like you can see an example like marks is equal to 85. So then I've put marks is equal to int of the marks. So that is basically conversion of string to int. So like that you can do any data type conversion. So that is basically known as type conversion. Right. So I've mentioned few examples like name is equal to Asha. So age is equal to 20, height is equal to 5.6. So like that, covering all the data types, including Boolean, like Boolean means true or false, like student is equal to true or false. So like that. So I tried to cover a few important basic terms in the day two. Then in the day three, we have discussed about operators and expressions. So one of the most important concepts in the beginner part. So in that we talked about arithmetic operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division, modulus, power. See, these are the basic things which I have listed out here. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask in the comment section, and also you can connect with me. My Instagram ID is stocks diary YT. So there you can personally message me and clarify your doubts, right? So next, you can say comparison type of operators. In that we discussed about equal, not equal, greater, less, greater than or equal, and less than to equal. Then we discussed about logical operators and also assignment operators. So there are few more operators like which I didn't discuss here, identity operators and membership operators. So that is completely like in depth. If we go, that also will be covered. I'll try to cover that in the later modules. So next we talked about decision making, like control flow statements in that if, elif, else. So these are the basic things and how it is declared with the proper program also I tried to explain. Right. Next, we talked about loops. Mainly in loops, we tried to cover for loops and while loops. We don't have any do while in this, so don't worry about it. So in the loops part, we have only for loop and while loop. So I have given a sample statement like how to use for loop, how it is declared, and then while loop, how it is declared, right? So few examples I've taken. If you want to display range of elements, right? So that also you can do. If you see this example for an in range 1 to 8. So what is happening is first one is inclusive and last value what you're using is exclusive. So remember that. So and if n is equal to 4, you know, right? This operator just now we talked, right? So I told to break. So stop. So obviously it will print 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So simple. Just if you go through it line by line, you'll basically understand what is the basic output of it. Next, in day 6, we talked about function, very, very important. So function def and return. So def is a keyword which is used to for function definition point of view. And here I've mentioned what is def, keyword to define, name, and parameters. Very, very important. Need to mention if you're declaring a function, if you're creating a function definition, it should be def, function name, and brackets. In that you mention the parameters, right? So then I've given a following example also for a better understanding. You can create a function for addition, subtraction, multiplication. You can create a sample calculator as well that you can try as a homework, like how to create a, you can create multiple functions for each, like sum, addition, division, multiplication. And whenever it is required, you call that particular function, right? Simple. And if you want to do it for multiple numbers, not only two numbers, if you want to do it for multiple, you can use keywords like KWRGS, you can use arbitrary arguments, keyword arguments. You might have heard about it, right? So those type of parameters also you can use when you have more number of inputs. So then last day, day 7, we closed about list, right? In the list, we talked about various list methods like append, you know, right? Appending an element at the end. Then insert, two things are required for insert. One is the position, which value you're trying to add, and another is the position at which index you want to add. So remove is nothing but removes the first match, and pop is nothing but it removes the last element and also it returns that particular element, which whatever it is removing. And sorting is basically for sorting the particular list, and index also to know the particular index of that item, and count how many times a particular alphabet or number is repeating in that particular list, we can find with the help of count. So these are from basic examples like how a list is given, right? You can give apple, bananas, mango, fruits in the double quotes, right? And you can also do different types of activities in slicing, like list, like slicing to get a range of elements. Okay, you can find the index, right? If you see this example, like print fruits 1 to 3, you can see, right, banana to mango is the output because 1 is inclusive, 3 is exclusive. So basically we'll be getting the first indexing. How does it start? 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So first element is banana, so that is being printed there. And then 1, 2, 3. 3 means, as I mentioned, that will not be included. So 2 will be there. So mango is included in the particular output. So very simple. So just to follow the rules, whatever we have discussed in the shorts, if you're having any doubts, you can also ask me in the comment section, as I mentioned. So I'm going very quick because this is just a summary point of view. Elaborately, if anybody wants to know about all these things, they can mention. I'll make a dedicated video because once I get the response, I'll get an idea that students are interested to learn in depth. So according to that, I'll try to make the content. Okay. So so till now, these are the basic things. I'm not going to complete elaborately. You can watch those particular shorts. You will get complete idea. So list comprehension is also one of the most important concept in the list part. So that also you can watch it and enjoy the series. And it will be uploaded every single day. And at the same time, go to Visual Studio, take a separate folder, create all the programs that you are daily, I mean, you're practicing, so that you can review it in a one go. So you no need to, okay, forget some important concepts. So keep that in mind and learn properly. Thank you.